Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and welcome. And for those who are new, I hope you can benefit from this channel. So, I'm struggling, people. I'm just continuing to share while this is all real for me, but I'm still just struggling with the loss of my job, but still having to show up. And I shared kind of a funny little story on my Instagram, which is also Jules Bless Vegan, all one word. And it was of my sister Monica because when she was a little girl, she was so excited to go to her first day of Catholic school. And both of my older brothers had already gone. So they were like in second, first, and she was starting kindergarten. And she was so excited to go, and she had her little uniform, and she went. She had an incredible day. And the next day, she just came out for breakfast in her play clothes. My mom was like, Monica, what are you doing? And she's all, what? And she said, honey, you have to get ready for school. And my sister was like, again? It's so cute. It was so cute. And I just feel the same way. It's like, Juliana, you have to get ready for school, for work. And I'm like, again? Life is very daily, and we are required to show up. And it's kind of an odd time. Like today, it was considered a minimum day. So I totally worked, Jamie, and then the kids went home at 1 o'clock and we had a district meeting. So I was lovely and participated in the district meeting. So typical when I want to be anonymous. And the presenter kept coming up to me and saying, what's your name again? And hey, will you be my example? And I can't hide to save my life. And then right after that, I had a school site council meeting. And there's only a few people on the school site council. And so I was in that meeting and, of course, was the main participant. And, treated the principal with grace. I was very fond of that principal. I'm still fond of that principal, but it's just a really weird interim right now, trying to find my balance. So anyway, I'm kind of really exhausted. And as usual, it's 11:30 at night, but it's not that. It's a kind of an internal exhaustion because, again, like literally just last week, we lost Dale's substitute mom, which, we'll be having a memorial for. But again, we're kind of in a holding pattern. And then my job, I'm definitely in a holding pattern. And, not everybody addresses it the same way. So there were two other women that were let go. And it was kind of upsetting. There was only 6 people in the whole district out of like 400 teachers that were let go. So I could humor myself and try and talk myself into all the reasons, but the bottom line is they made a lot of people tenure, and they kept people my age or older, and I wasn't one of them. So yes, I'm holding on to all the cliches about God having a plan and opening a window and blah, blah, blah. But, I think sometimes God is just bummed too. I think God's willing to just hold me and let me cry if I need to, and let me be distraught and pout and just hold me and say, Jules, I so get it. I so get how, committed and devoted and obligated and loyal, and what a cheerleader you were for that district, and your love for the principal during your entire, cancer episode, and your support of the assistant principal while she served as interim principal, and, just who you are. And so I am sorry with you. And we will trudge our way to a different happy destiny together. But, people just so often want to go to all the cliches of how to put band-aids on it. And I think it's okay to just hurt. I think it's okay to just struggle and to just be sad and frustrated, even if I still have to function. So that's kind of where I am. But I was just thinking, life is so daily. We're required inevitably to get out of bed at some point. Sadly, today with those different food services and stuff, and manipulation of the system, some people do not get out of bed. There's that show, My 600-Pound Life. And when you see those 600-pound people, which I often tell myself that's like me in a week from now, if I dare to go back to my previous lifestyle, those people have kind of manipulated and been manipulated with the different people around them to get that food and to get their needs met and to be able to stay in bed and have people serve them. And I kind of panic sometimes when I'm being too subservient and casual with my husband and what his requests are. And I wonder if someday when I stand before the Lord, he'll ask what my part was in the demise of my husband. Yeah, he makes choices, but sometimes I make those choices far too easy for him. And I just think, every single day we're called to be the best version of ourselves. Every single day we're called to serve others, and we're called to love. Every single day we're asked to check in with God and, ask what it is that he is wanting of us in terms of service. And, some days it's really exhausting. I've been tired in my soul before. I'm not quite there right now, but I'm on the edge of stuff. I really am. We're really struggling financially right now, and I can't see a way out. I mean, I even called my student loan people because I have student loans from 30 years ago. Honestly, I don't know how people ever pay off a student loan. But I called and just said, hi, can I serve time in jail? Is there any way I can just do weekend jails? I mean, I've been working in Title I schools forever. You can usually get a $5,000 reduction in what you owe, but they even declined me on that somehow. I don't know. I'm just, there's just stuff like that. It's people don't like the idea of a barter system, but I think to an extent a barter is a little more fair because you're able to actually talk face to face. Today, I mean, even when I called the student loan place to say, hey, I'm in a situation, all I got was a series of buttons to push and no human. And I was just like, I get letters threatening me for sure, but no human? Oh. All right, anyway, there's just stuff like that. I try so hard to know that God has a plan, and I know that he does, but I even offered to spend my weekends in jail, and they said I wasn't allowed. They'd rather just take my income. But my income was obligated for so many reasons. Anyway, prayers welcome on that. It's too big for me to even explore, but I would be interested in any of you, if any of you are familiar with steps to take towards a financial advisor. I don't have much to work with, but I would love it if somebody could guide me in making the most of our money and finding ways. And I don't mean a loan consolidation because we're not even eligible. We lost our house in that whole crash of 2008, and to deal with that, we literally lost $38,000 to a corrupt lawyer who supposedly was refinancing our house, but actually just took the money and ran. So we ended up going bankrupt. Actually, it wasn't even 2008. It was 2013, whatever the last one was. But anyway, going bankrupt was part of it. And, you're in bankruptcy for 7 years, and our credit was totally shot. And we did loan consolidation, and that shot our credit, all that stuff, whatever. It's just so much. So I'm not looking for Band-Aids. I'm looking for a plan. If there's a financial planner who can deal with good-hearted little people, that would be us, if you're familiar. But anyway, I'm not totally disheartened. I'm just very tired. But praise God, I ate properly today. I chose to only have salad at night and no ice cream. I did my 27 minutes of rebounding and my 10 minutes of arms. I was completely appropriate and loving to every person I encountered, and I rejoice in all of that. Oh, my commitment was to say the rosary. I said the rosary. And my other commitment was to get up earlier. I couldn't do the 4 or anything. I am just not there yet, people, but I got up earlier. And maybe just a half hour earlier at a time will get me to where I need to go. But right now I have so many objectives that I'm afraid it'll be a house of cards and they'll all crash because I tend to be feast or famine. So I'm going to ease up on myself and rejoice in all the things I did right. And I hope you'll do the same. So feel free to share in the comments below, how is life so daily for you? And are you able to show up? And as always, like as you like, join us if you haven't, and allow me to support you. And best of all, know that you're blessed.